What's up? Can't even see people out there. Um. Anyway, here's we are. Trump, the younger brother of Donald Trump, has passed away. Now, Robert Trump was the polar opposite of his brother. Now, contrary to what people may believe, they were actually very close. Now, Robert's daughter, Mary, she doesn't like her big uncle, Donald. And she put out a book to expose all of Donald Trump's secrets. Even though that she's been warned that this will violate all the terms of her agreement that she signed on to for a prenuptial situation. Not a prenuptial, but a confidentiality agreement. A non-disclosure agreement, basically. And she violated that. And because she did, it landed her in a situation where they tried to put out a junction to have this tell-all book banned. But to no avail, it was held up in court. And Robert went against his own daughter. Robert Trump signed paperwork to go against his own daughter. Part of the NDA is that Mary wouldn't divulge anything about the Trump business. And that way, she felt duped out of an inheritance that she didn't like the way the money was split up. And she was always very bitter about that. But Robert had been ill for quite some time, going back and forth into the hospital. And even though he was a great businessman and everything, his costs in the hospital to be astronomical. Yeah, it was getting to be astronomical. So when it got to the point where everybody's looking at it and they're saying, wow, this is a mess. It's like, what's going to happen next? When you have this lack of consistency, it's hard to grow. Well, we should tonight, but it might be a late one. We're going to go over the playoffs and what's not. What's up, Mr. Sledge? So anyway, there's some more to the subject, more to the story that we're gonna have to tell at a different time. Can't tell it now because we'll have to go into Patreon type level to be protected. Well, if you look at it from my perspective, you might have a whole different outlook on the situation. Robert he never really entwined with anything that his brother Donald was doing. He was his own man. He took his inheritance and started making more business moves for himself. He never really went into business with his brother. He did his own thing. So that I could respect. But to go against your own daughter, to go with Donald Trump and side with the Trump family versus the daughter, even though to no avail, the book still came out. So it's going to be a little harder. Because Trump told the whole world that he loved his brother very much. They were very close. Wait a minute, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think Mary is Robert's kid at all. I think that's her uncle too. I think she's Fred. That might be Fred's daughter. So 2 of the Trump sons are no longer here, and Donald's the only one ticking. Yeah, well, someday the world will get over it, right? At least I'm already over it. Yeah, well, all right, that's on you then. Vote for whoever you want. I'm not voting for anybody. I don't have any time to try to figure out the lesser of two evils. I know who my mother's voting for. My mom will be the first one at the polls. Michelle's daughter then showed up. I'm not voting at all. That what you think? I'm on my way to be pampered by a woman. So, other than that, I wouldn't have came out the house. This was a day of rest. Well, hopefully they'll figure it out. I look like I'm about to fall asleep because I've been asleep mostly. This is probably the most sleep I've had in one day. I've actually gotten a lot of sleep. Today was probably the first time I had about 8 hours of sleep in the whole day. Normally I get like 4, 5 hours of sleep. And you know how it catches up to you? Then I start getting that little cold to let me know the weather's changing. Sure enough, now it's 70 degrees at night. And before it was like 80 degrees at night, now it's at 70. That's what I say, I'm like the walking weatherman. My eyes start itching and stuff. I go, wait a minute, what the heck wrong with me? And it start going, oh, I get it. Fall's coming. I know, right? That's why I'm gonna lay back, relax, and try to get some sleep. This dude's license plate says Whitey. I kid you not. Oh, you probably can't see it. This plate says Whitey. That lets you know I'm in trouble. Whitey. Yeah, Whitey. Kid you not. Yep, Whitey on the plate. I'm finna get off this road and get away from Whitey. Yep, so long, Whitey. Thanks for the super chat donations. My man Kev always come through and show support. What do? I talk about current events. Current events is what sells and gets people going. That's what you do. Strictly. Well, I kind of live the No Limit Chronicles, so I haven't had a chance to really sit down and watch what BET has done, but it's funny because other people who never knew this information is like hitting me up, and it's the most hilarious thing ever. Like, man, you know that Master P wasn't even in New Orleans. He was out there on the West Coast. I'm like, yeah, I know. And he had the Ice Cream Man song, and they went to school. Him and his brother, they went up to school in the West Coast. I thought he was Louisiana all the way. I'm like, man, this stuff is revealing a lot, Kev. I'm like, we already know. We already know this. I won't say that. I don't know where people say that from. Of course, but at that time, Master P had more money than Suge. He had something that Suge didn't have. You know, he wanted to do it a respectful way. Because Suge didn't have to let him go. Y'all don't want none. Y'all don't want none. Mystikal is the one that take the No Limit tank to the next level. My prediction is that Biden would win, but you never know. Trump has done so much bad. When Biden was vice president, you know, things were very good. Yeah, but see, that's what people say. But I don't really, I couldn't see myself voting for the devil, period. So I just stay out of it. I can't vote. Because I don't like Joe Biden. I don't like Kamala. The wrestler, yes. But not the female Kamala. Now, had he got Susan Rice, I would have said, oh, he's got a stronger chance of winning now because she's a total bitch. If they can just get Biden to stop talking, he'll be all right. That's the problem. You can't get him to stop talking. They be like, man, you know what Biden's problem is? What? He won't stop talking. Every time he say something more stupid than the last thing he just said. So it's like him and Trump. Can you imagine them having a debate? Both of them saying as much rhetoric that you've ever seen in your life. Biden be, look at the numbers and how we perform with the darkies compared to everybody else. The blacks. Yeah, I'm king of the blacks right now. You know, who wouldn't vote for me? You know, if you're black, you definitely should be voting for me. I love darkies. And Trump gonna be, see, that's what I'm saying. Look at our numbers. We stopped the most crime in the history of the world just this year. I mean, that's not true. Yes, it is. What about Chicago? Well, I tried to help, but they refused. So, F them. Shut up. Oh no, there's a train. Just let me see how much of the money I can take out of the bank, because we text the money, Lebowski. Tupac and Trump get into a debate. That wouldn't happen. Where the midgets at? I'm gonna tell them you've been asking about them. Ow! Don't forget Mac. That was Mac's problem. Mac had the best album on the tank. That Shell Shock. Well, here's the problem. The record business set out to stop Master P. Master P owned too much of his own business. And P got beside himself when it was time to really pay the talent. And he let Beats at about £1 go by breaking it off with Kev. And Beats by the pound, he owns the name. So, in his estimation, by his own estimation, that's what it came down to. Right, KLC, which is Kev, you know, the fact of the matter is Master P didn't recruit anybody. He basically signed KLC and gave him a deal and brought all KLC people over to No Limit. That became No Limit Records. So everybody was there basically because of Kev. Well, here's the thing. The record business was in a bad precedence because Master P, he owned a very large percentage of the end of the record business. He didn't have a record contract. He had a distribution deal. So therefore, a large partner, what would be the best way to negotiate a deal to where he wouldn't have to sign and take a bonus? Jimmy Iovine offered him a major deal he offered him a major deal to come over there and join Interscope Records, but he didn't take that $1 million offer. He turned it down. To No Limit. You got with street guys who got a lot of criminal history of and a legal job. They had to break that up because now you can't really stop these guys and say, hey, what are you doing with $10,000 in your pocket? Oh, I work for this record company here, No Limit Records. Who are you? I'm a security guy. I got a check stub and everything. So now you're getting a check stub, and now these guys who you know doing dirty, they can verify that they can have a reason for having $10,000 plus in their pockets. But we'll talk about this on the Patreon because we're going down a whole road That's way off target. I thank everybody for the super chat. I really do. I never expected that. Strictly just came out swinging today. Yep, that's right, Strictly. My man Kev. Mr. Finley. Mr. Fit Finley. Coming in, doing what he do. Man, it's two things going on. The Trump situation. He said it says the truth behind what? C Murder and Mac. You said they court records or they court cases? Well, C's still fighting for his life, you know, and he was out for a minute and then he went right back in. And he more mad at his brother than anybody, you know, so he felt his brother didn't really hold him down the way he should have. Even though P spent a lot of money trying to, you know, take care of the family, but P still have millions of dollars because all of the No Limit records, he owns all that. That's why you don't hear No Limit on the radio. You don't hear No Limit anywhere. Like, they, as much hits as they got, why they don't play No Limit records on the radio no more? You don't hear nobody playing, make them say, none of that. Why? Because he owns all of it. That's why. They did Michael Jackson the same way. They wouldn't play a Michael Jackson song on the radio at all. The day he died, they played Michael Jackson on the radio on every radio station all day long. 24 hours straight. That's why Chris Tucker and Michael Jackson became so buddy-buddy. Because Chris Tucker loved Michael Jackson and he put Michael Jackson in his movie Rush Hour. He used the Michael Jackson song. And yep, it's just another part of me. So whenever old Jewy don't have a control, they ain't used to that. So they gotta try to shut you down. Nah, I don't want to talk about that because, you know, he's still fighting for his life. You know, somebody's life is gone. He was out for a little while and they put him right back in. You had witnesses recant statements and everything else, but they are not going for it. Oh, the Top Dog album? Yeah, well, it had one song I really vibed with them, and that was Bent Blades. You know you like to flip it into G's. Trick, please. Now what you need to do is grab my coat and roll me some smoke. Different jokes with different folks. All I wanted to be was a G. Ha! Deuces.